Hey, good day to everybody. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Journey. This video is as suggested. I kiss van life and so should many of you. Basically, KISS is an acronym for Keep It Simple Stupid. It's a term that some people who talk about finances may use. Kiss your money. Keep it simple stupid. Well, I say kiss van life, or kiss the nomadic life for that matter, because not everybody's living in a van. Some of you are living in RVs, some of you are living in cars and SUVs. And what I mean by kiss van life / kiss the nomadic life, what I mean is, and this goes especially for those of you that are new to the nomadic life. I would encourage you people to kiss the nomadic life. I mean, basically what I mean by that is, if you choose to live out of your van or out of your SUV or your car, whatever you gotta do to build it out, keep it simple. I mean, keep it to where money-wise you don't go over $1,000. That way, if you get out here on the road and you decide you don't like being a nomad, you don't like living out of your vehicle, or maybe you want to live out of a different type of vehicle, you'll have the ability to do that, because the money that you've invested in your setup is going to be minimal. And secondly, I would say that however you go about building a vehicle, have it to where you'll be able to disassemble everything and turn the vehicle back in its original states. Like, for an example, I got my van here. I've made a video, several videos back, of my van build, so I would invite you to subscribe to my channel and go back and watch that particular video. And when you see that video, you're going to notice that my setup is very simple, and I've done it for very cheap. And when I say very cheap, I'm talking less than $500. And when you look at my setup, the way I got my setup in a way that if I wanted to take everything out of here and turn it into a regular daily driver minivan, I could in a matter of maybe 10 minutes or so. Everything I got in here will come right out, and I can turn this van back in its original state in a matter of 10 minutes, if not less. The money that I've got invested in this particular setup is minimal, so if I chose to buy me a bigger van or buy me some sort of an RV, which I highly doubt I'll do, but if I chose to, the amount of money I got invested into this particular setup is minimal. And for those of you that are new to the nomadic life, or you're looking into it, I mean, if you keep your setup simple and you keep the price low, I can't emphasize this enough. If you get out here and you decide that you don't like the nomadic life, or you don't like the current vehicle, you can take everything down and start from scratch in a different vehicle. Or you can decide I don't like the nomadic life at all, and you can take everything down, turn the vehicle back in its original state, and go back home and live in your sticks and bricks. Or if you decide that you only want to do the nomadic journey part-time, the times that you're not on the road, you can take your setup down and turn the vehicle back in its original state, and then when you get ready to hit the road again, you can do whatever setup that you desire to do at that point once again. And every time you make your changes, the money that you've invested is going to be minimal. The effort that you put into your setup will also be minimal, for that matter, because it's simple. Because the purpose of my video is to encourage you newbies to keep it simple when you first come out here. Now, once you've been out here for a little bit and you decide that, okay, you're going to be a nomad for X amount of months out of the year full time, or you're going to be a nomad full time until you drop dead or whatever. If you see yourself being a nomad full time for the long run, at that point, if you want to, buy you slightly fancier, more expensive vehicle, and you want to start building stuff in with wood, and you want to go a little fancy, you want to be somewhat elaborate, you want to do the whole solar and battery bank setup, you want to do the whole converter box thing, and you want to have like 3,000 watts of solar on your roof, at that point, you know what, I ain't mad at you. Because if you choose to live out of your van full time for a significant amount of time, then that would make sense, because you gotta do what you gotta do to be comfortable while you're out here living the nomadic journey. And even though you decide to live out of your van full time, I still would encourage you to, still exercise certain cautions. Like, number one, when you buy your van, I would encourage you to not do any payment plans. I would encourage you to buy your van and pay cash. Whatever you use to set up your vehicle, I would encourage you to have cash money on hand to buy all of your supplies. If you choose to pay somebody to do it, once again, I would encourage you to have cash money to pay that person or those people to do your setup, if you're not going to do it on your own. That way, when you get out here on the road, you're not going to be bombarded full of debt. Or if you decide, let's say 6 months to a year in, that, you know what, I thought I would like this nomadic journey, but I'm getting sick of it, I want to go back to sticks and bricks. Well, guess what, at that point, obviously, yeah, you may have spent some money on your setup, but since you paid cash, you're not going to be in debt. So when you go back to your sticks and bricks, you're not going to have to worry about making credit card payments. You're not going to have to worry about vehicle payments. All you got to do is go back to your home, and however you're going to live in sticks and bricks, just, rather it be buying a house or renting an apartment, you'll be able to do that. Because you're not going to be spending all that extra money on vehicle payments and credit card payments. And after all, for many of you that want to come out here and live the nomadic life, one of the big reasons why more and more people want to be nomads is because, A, there's a lot of people out here who are financially strapped. And at the same time that you're trying to save money, you also want to come out here and travel whatever country that you're going to be in, or maybe you might want to travel multiple countries, and maybe you might even want to take trips overseas. And all that is a lot easier done when you're not bombarded full of unnecessary debts. I mean, to me, it would be counterproductive to go out here and buy a vehicle on a payment and then run up credit cards to buy all of your supplies to be a nomad. To me, that's kind of counterproductive of why you want to be a nomad. I mean, some people might look at it as, well, if I don't have a house payment, or if I'm not paying rent, the money I spend on a vehicle payment and credit card bills are going to be cheaper. And depending on how you do things, yes, that might be true. But my philosophy is, why waste your money like that? Why waste a bunch of your money making payments and paying all that interest on vehicle loans and all that interest on credit card loans, and the average interest on a credit card is 18%. So why pay all that extra money for interest when you can just save up some cash money, buy you a vehicle cash money, and save up a little bit more cash money if necessary, and buy all of your equipment, and make sure you got money left over to pay people to help you out if you're not going to do the entire setup on your own. That way, when you get out here, you can be a nomad with ease. Whether you're going to do it full time or whether you're going to do it part time, you can do it with ease because you're not bombarded with a bunch of unnecessary debt. And the money that you would have been spending on payments, you can take that money instead and you can invest it towards a retirement fund. You can invest it towards, maybe one day you might want to take it easy on the nomadic life, and you might want to, you might want to get off the road for a little bit. So you can take some of that money and set it aside in a mutual fund that builds a minimum of 8% 8% compound interest. and maybe in a few years you'll have enough money for either a hefty down payment for a home, or depending on what region of the country you go to buy a home, you'll have enough money to pay cash. So not only will you have your vehicle built out to be a nomad for whenever you want to come out here and travel the road, travel the country, but you will also have your sticks and bricks for whenever you want to get off the road and take a little breather and go back home and regroup yourself. And I got a video coming out which is going to discuss why it is I tend to make videos where I show houses and I drive through lower income neighborhoods. I got another video coming out where I discuss why I do such a thing, so stay tuned and watch that video. And if what I say resonates with you, just consider subscribing to my channel. I would appreciate it. I'm trying to build this channel up. I'm trying to grow this channel because my desire is to make enough money on this channel to where I no longer have to worry about working a 9 to 5. I can do YouTube full time like other YouTubers do. And if I'm able to do YouTube full time, it will give me the ability to get out here and do more traveling, create more interesting content, and so on and so forth. But anyways, hopefully my suggestions of kissing van life resonated with many of you watching this video. If it did, then subscribe to the channel. If it didn't, still subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. And until next time, everybody have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next video.